Brussels has threatened fresh legal action if Britain doesn't implement EU border checks in Northern Ireland. EU Brexit chief Maros Sefcovic raised the prospect of a future trade conflict if an agreement cannot be found in the row over the customs controls. The European Commission Vice President said the biggest challenge to UK-EU relations is the lack of trust. Speaking at an EU-UK forum event, Mr. Sefcovic said, "Trust is essential for any constructive relationship, but to build trust in each other as partners requires first working together cooperatively and refraining from surprises in the form of unilateral actions." Unfortunately, the unilateral measures the UK government took in March contradicted this much needed spirit of joint action and clearly violated what we agreed. In response, we were forced to launch an infringement procedure, and without satisfactory steps by the UK to remedy these measures, we're going to have no choice but to step up these legal proceedings. Prime Minister Boris Johnson has threatened to rip up the Northern Ireland Protocol unless an agreement to ease EU red tape is found. Downing Street fears that the customs controls have driven a wedge between the region and the rest of the UK, and has stoked up tensions in loyalist communities. Mr. Sefcovic insisted that legal action is not the EU's preferred option. He said a negotiated agreement, such as the recent decision to delay the EU's ban on British sausages being sold in Northern Ireland, is a much more preferable solution. The Slovak diplomat described the move as a concession, and said the EU is also working hard to change its own legislation to protect medicine supplies to the region. But he refused to drop an EU proposal for Britain to align to the bloc's animal and food safety rules in order to eliminate the majority of the border checks. To avoid a hard border, Northern Ireland effectively remains in the EU's single market, with a number of controls on goods shipped from mainland Britain. Mr. Sefcovic said, "I have proposed a so-called Swiss-style veterinary agreement. This could be negotiated very quickly and would address many concerns. The UK continuing to apply EU SPS rules would do away with the vast majority of the checks in the Irish Sea and would not require checks elsewhere." Say in Northern Ireland, Downing Street has so far rejected any proposals that would see it tied to EU regulations, even on a temporary basis. Brexit Minister Lord Frost is instead pushing for an equivalent scheme, under which the EU would recognise Britain's high standards. But Mr. Sefcovic warned this would not significantly decrease the number of checks on trade between Great Britain and Northern Ireland. He said, New Zealand-style equivalents, for example, would not achieve that. He added, "I am well aware of the UK government's initial concerns but remain optimistic that we can find a solution that works for everybody, most of all the people of Northern Ireland. We can also have a temporary agreement until the UK wants to opt for different SPS standards with another partner."